Hello, guys. I tried my phone.
No kidding. I think we all heard your phone.
No, I have so many notifications, so I didn't
What's
know.
up, Marty?
Marty Dean?
Yeah.
Marty Dean.
Yeah, I know.
If you're gonna go fast, contact Marty Dean.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Monday. Just want to remind you guys, tonight at 8:30? No, 6:30.
Really?
6:30, we'll be doing the show, simulcasting across both YouTube and Facebook. So, get faster. 3-day, 5-star training coming soon. Oh, okay.
What?
I don't know. Hey, what are some good three-way components? My set just completely died out. There's a ton of them. I mean, pretty much every brand. However, Fernando.
Yes, sir.
What's a good three-way set?
Oh, you should check the Morales Maximo.
That's a good entry-level three-way set. And then they have them in every incarnation. They have ultras.
You want to go crazy, you can go with the hybrids.
They have R2s, they have hybrids, they have Elades. I think they have probably the most three-way sets.
And where
now.
you can find it on morelhifi.com. Yes, and if you want to see more pictures about those things, here on Instagram, Morel_America. Back to the question, guys.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That was good. You're getting real good at that. I think we're gonna have to change it up now.
I know.
What's in the bay today? We have a classic Cadillac Escalade that we're doing. A nice little front stage upgrade. Some rear speakers. Just a little set of front. Just a little front stage upgrade. So he got a really cool deal on some Millie Legends. I'm here to tell you guys, if you show up with some Millie Legends, you better have a place for that tweeter, because that tweeter is gigantic, and he did not have a place for his tweeter. So, here's the tweeter.
Tell us what you did, Dean.
No, I'm not going to. I got the tweeter to fit. Let's just leave it at that.
How?
Nope.
Tell me how.
Magic. So,
you have to tell me.
No, I'm not telling you shit. But yeah, so this is the passenger side. So we got the passenger side tweeter. But yeah, these guys are gigantic tweeters. Just to give you an idea, here's like the factory. We'll do this. So here's the factory, and you can see it's a lot bigger. Not just a little bigger. It's a lot bigger. So that had to go there. Normally, most tweeters will fit behind this with no problem, but obviously these guys, they're not gonna go. So, yeah, had to get creative, really creative. So there we go. So that's that. They're gonna power off of this Kenwood X90 1.5. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4 will be powering that whole three-way set there. He put a radio in the dash. This is my next thing. I between making parts for this on the laser, I was disassembling the harness, so we'll get that going. He's got a Kenwood 9707S that was in the dash. That'll go back into the dash with an RR, so that'll be nice. And that is going to power a set of DJs. I know that says Uno, but those were if the DJs didn't fit. We had Unos as a backup, so we're doing some DJs. They're going to be powered off of the deck here. So yeah, and then he's just got an S-Type 12 in a sealed box that he wants to put. Originally we were going to do these in the rear, and then I was like, let's just do a front stage upgrade. And somewhere in this mix is a DSR-1. So we'll be doing DSP with the DSR-1. Yeah. So, yeah. Exactly.
Was Bondo included?
What's what? Bondo? No, there was no Bondo. Actually, about a year ago, I had these guys send this stuff to me, and I was like, oh, hey, I'm gonna use some of this. So worked really well. This is the Levitate. I use the other stuff, which I think is called Create. Yeah, so I used the Create. Worked really well. I, of course, made it way too hot because I didn't want to sit here and work with it for hours and hours and hours. So, no, thanks Kingpin for sending us that. That was kind of cool.
Now the tweeters are levitating.
No, we didn't use Levitate. We used Create. We created.
Oh, you created.
I created.
Look at this creator guy.
Yeah. It's not that I don't know how. It's just that I don't want to. There's a difference. Tahoe. No, Escalade. Same thing.
Yeah, same.
Same thing. Just more leather and imitation wood. The other thing, this morning when I got in, of course, had to take the armrest apart, took this out so I could plug in a harness. So this is for the rear speakers and the mid bass and the doors. And then Fernando is running tweeter wires down. So I just want to get everything into here. That way we can route it where it needs to be. I haven't got to the amplifier yet, but the amplifier is, whoa, hey, door. The amplifier is going to go probably right here up underneath this. I was just right in there. So, but that's for another show. On the Escalade, does it have the battery bolt that doesn't come out? Yeah, of course it does. Yep, it's got the battery bolt that doesn't come out. So this bolt you can't use because that is a no, this one doesn't. Wow, he's already replaced that one. I need to get under here. Either way, you don't want to use this one because no, actually you can use this one. No, this one doesn't. That T-bolt, this one doesn't have that. So, no, you can use this one because that just slides. But the T-bolt, the secret to the T-bolt is this tool right here. Because all you have to do is sand the tip of the T-bolt, and you know what I'm talking about. And then it'll thread right off. So, that's the key to that. Mid-range Milli Pros, doesn't that sound like a good idea because I want a three-way up front, but my original plan was to use the Focal Flax Evo FXE, which or be a better option. FXE are really nice. I mean, yeah, those fit a lot. I've was thinking about using the front door, the 6x. I thought we covered this one a ton. Ask him how made his tweeter pods. Oh, geez, nice, Fernando. Have you had any luck putting the Morel Maximo tweeters in the pillar of a 2022 Camry? I replaced the JBL. When it comes to tweeter pods, man, it's one of those things where it's like we kind of don't think about it until we get to them, and then we just deal with the problem as it comes in. So each tweeter is a little bit different. When I go through my computer, it's just like files and files and files of different tweeter applications, and mounting tweeters has just kind of become the new, like, hey, how are we going to do that moment? So I don't really remember what car is what anymore because it's just everyone is its own unique little problem. So will they fit? I wouldn't not sell them. Of course, I'll make them fit. Yes, no Bondo, just the Kingpin stuff. I put my amp behind the third row storage. Yeah, Tom, that's a good place for it. Yeah, there is a decent amount of room there. A lot of the times we do. He said do. A lot of the times we'll go here in this area. This area is real popular. However, because it's an Escalade, this is all gear thing, and so there's a big motor and stuff here. On this particular one, some of them there's not, but plus the amplifier is kind of big, and we have room for it. So, but yeah, I just want it out of the way, you know. Make it go bye-bye. This looks exciting. Any installs of the Kenwood floating screen 2020 Civic? No, that's a big no. Dean, on an Epicenter Micro for the input, can I use the sub out on my head unit? Yeah, use the sub out in your head unit, but make sure you go into the head unit and either turn the crossover off or turn it up as high as it will go. You need to get as much frequency into that as possible. The minimum is like 160, so anything above that would be wonderful. The Kenwood Excellent XR 801 7-inch components fit in the front doors of... Yes, they do. Yeah, they'll fit. Yep. So how you can build now you can build Nando cell panels. Listen, man, just because I can do it doesn't mean I want to do it. I'm getting old. I get to get picky now. I don't want to do things that I used to do. That's why we don't do those. Mm-hmm. I've been trying to call you guys to quote over the phone because I live 3 hours away. Have you tried emailing us yet? I know on last week before I left, I spent the time with a bunch of people on the phone. So I don't know what happened there, but I called back a bunch of people last week. So I would definitely try emailing. Spell it out, 5-star carstereo@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. Get on, but yeah, I called a ton of people last week. So sealed reporter for someone who listens to mix of music, anything besides country. Really? Man, it hasn't locked up in a while. Screen froze. Yeah. Sorry about that. So, sealed reporter for someone who listens to a mix of music, everything besides country. I mean, if you can get a big enough woofer and you got enough power, sealed is wonderful. If you don't have a lot of power and you don't have a ton of subs, you maybe have efficient subs, ported. So I mean, it's hard to say without you having a reference point which one you're like better. I will say this, last week on Kicker, John Myers did a wonderful job talking about both ported and sealed enclosures. Maybe take a look at that and see if that gives you some reference point to which you can make a better decision on. Would be cool if they made a DSP just for subs.
What?
Okay. I mean, I get it. One band, okay. I don't know. If my amplifier is rated at 400 watts RMS at 2 ohms and I put one 8 ohm sub, how many watts am I getting to the sub? So if we just do basic math and try to figure out backwards like what a standard amplifier would be. So let's say 2 ohms, 400 watts. That means 4 ohms would be 200 watts. That means 8 ohms would be 100 watts. So my guess is somewhere around 100 watts. Good evening from the UK.
Hey, what's up?
What do you do when you get a new car in that they don't make a wiring harness for? That actually happens. Oh my gosh, it's just freezing up today. Sorry about that. Apparently today is one of those days where the internet just doesn't want to work right. What do we... Oh, it locked up again. Man. Okay, so we're going to try this one more time, and hopefully the internet will keep working. I'm going to flip the camera around. Maybe it's a camera issue. All right. So the question is, what do you do when you get a newer car in that they don't make a wiring harness for? This actually happens quite a bit. Matter of fact, we had one last week. And what we'll typically do is we will cut the factory harness and we'll solder in a new harness. That meaning we'll come down the harness about 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches, and cut our speaker wires, and then I will solder in a new 8-pin connector, both the male and female end. That way, if I need to pull out our stuff, I can plug it back in and it works. So I'll basically need 4 harnesses, 2 male and 2 female, and I will plug our harnesses into that. But it happens quite a bit. So you can go on to, Amazon, buy 8-pin harnesses, male and female, make your own. Just make your own. I mean, you don't have to plug into the back of the radio. It's just you don't want a mess of cut wires behind the radio. So making your own harness, there's nothing wrong with doing that.
That is right.
I know. 2011 F-150 added a 5-channel Rockford amp. I've noticed the rear speakers don't play as loud. Any idea? Ran wires from amp to factory harness. No, that's kind of weird. 2011, nothing special about that. Yeah, I don't know. How do you have the gain set? Did you voltage match? Did you see what is going on between the front and the rear? Are they just lower? I don't know. I don't. That's kind of a broad question. It could just be in settings, meaning you gotta get back in there and readjust your gains. Maybe the fronts are too loud and you're out drowning out the rear. That happens a lot. Yeah. How's the Access GM31 for new Chevy trucks? Haven't used it. No, I mean, we've used the DSP a couple times, when it's the piece to use. It's okay.
Yeah.
The Matrix is no bueno today. Yeah, I know. Kind of seems that way. It's just doing what it wants. As far as back to the Access DSP for a second, what you may want to do is download the software to your device and play with it. It's just like any other DSP. The nice thing is at the end of the day, it's a DSP preamp. So if you decide that the DSP isn't what you're wanting it to be, you can default it back to the 0 settings on everything, and you can plug another DSP into it and use it that way. So it's not bad. It does what it needs to do.
It's not bad.
No, I mean, it's what it is. How do you make the decision to record and install? Next time you do a Dodge Durango, please make full install videos. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. It's just a matter of what kind of time we have and whether we feel it's going to be a compelling video or not. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes we're really backed up and we don't have time to do it, or we've done it so many times we're just not feeling it. I don't know. It just kind of varies. Have you worked on any dual screen Acuras? How difficult were they to work on?
What have we done?
Probably just a sub, right?
Just a sub.
Yeah. I don't think we've taken any of the screens out, if that's what you're asking, but everything was after the fact, so.
Yeah.
A lot of the times in those, you don't even have to take them out of the dash. So you just, not every time when you're putting a stereo in a car do you actually have to pull the screens out of the dash, because sometimes the screens do nothing. They're just screens. The amplifier or the radio tuner is someplace else. So, if you don't have to pull it out, you don't pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that is words to live by. And we're going to end it there, guys. Remember, tonight, tune in at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, either on Facebook or YouTube, whichever one you prefer. We'll be doing the live show tonight, answering your questions and having a good time. And then tomorrow will be the Instagram, the show that's created on this will be the Instagram Rewind show will be played for you. I don't know, man. It's kind of light on the top.
What happened?
Your hair.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some kind of light on the top, man.
I know.
It's because you're almost 40.
Almost, not yet.
Yeah. What's up, Danny?
Count.
Morel's in the house.
Ooh.
What is
Guess
that?
what?
What is that on the seat right there?
Exactly.
Is that a Morel?
That's a Morel señal.
A Morel what? We trying to say Morel Senor?
Señal.
Senor?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it's a Morel. We got it. 20 is the new, or 40 is the new 20? No, it's not.
I think 40 is 40.
I think 40 is
20
40.
is 20.
You know, if you're prepared for it, then great. If you're
How
not,
do you prepare?
work out, eat healthy.
How many people die plenty healthy? I think it's...
No, listen, I'm not talking about getting hit by a car, getting hit by a bus, but, you know, you
so
got...
if you work out, you're gonna
No.
last more?
God, no.
Okay.
God, no. You're killing the whole Morel vibe that's happening in the comments, though, bro. You know, they're all like, Morel.
Yeah. I love Morel. That's
Do
what
you?
we're putting right now. Look at that.
Yeah, this is a shiny. Yeah, well, because he pulled it off, put foam behind it, so I wanted to make sure. Hey, Dean, any update on when registration for Master Tech will be available? Okay, guys, hold tight on that one. I'm waiting for Fernando to put on his radio voice and give us the promo. Dude, that was hilarious. Wait a minute. Hold on. What's wrong? Nando is wearing a new shirt
Oh, dude.
and gel in his hair. Yeah. These are the new shirts.
I love it.
Yeah, it's purple.
I love it.
And just to make things even more sexy,
What is
I'm wearing a new shirt. Mine is gray. Oh, rainbow
All
colors.
right.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks like we actually have shirts. We have budget for shirts.
We don't have a budget for
No,
shirts.
we
Slow it
don't.
down.
No. Hi guys, welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Morel. You can find more Morel here on Instagram _
No, just keep going. We'll edit and post. Morel, just
Morel _ America here on Instagram. Or you can go to the website morelhifi.com so you can find all the goodies for Morel.
now that is a Maximus, but it has been replaced by the new
Maximo HE
602 Mark II.
602. So we still have the Maximus, so
Yeah, we're
we just have
moving
to
through inventory. Yeah.
But same speaker, well, I mean, new design and everything, but
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Very nice.
So yeah,
Good job, Fernando. Good job. All right, now back to the question. That was painful. And all that's going, this is a Honda CRV. The only thing we're doing is he loves Morel speakers. He likes the Maximus because they don't need a lot of power. And he had an Accord. He just got this. Really? And it freezes. Dun, 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 dun. Why? I just...
take it out of there.
Okay, it froze there for a second. Anyways, I was saying he had an Accord. We did the same set of speakers in his Accord off his radio. He loves the way they sounded, so he's doing the same thing in his new CRV, adding the Maximus component set. That's it. That's all he wants. Add some roadkill, all good. Tweeters are set. Now, back to the schedule of what we have going on so far. So this is the end of July. This Saturday, we're going to have Mr. John Brettel, the mesh man himself, the laser guru. We're going to have him on from 6:30 to 7. So the show is from 6 to 7 as always, but we're going to bring him in at the last half hour for us to talk about laser stuff. So that'll give us a half hour for you guys to ask questions and do all the normal stuff at the beginning of the show. So there he is. That is the_mesh_man right here on Instagram. He is going to be on Saturday at 6:30, talk about lasers. And then August, we're starting to put August together. And Master Tech Expo, right here, this is August 17th. We're going to have Brian from Mobile Solutions on to talk about Master Tech Expo and give all the goodies that he can give up till this point. So if you remember last year, he kind of held back a lot. And I was like, please, God, don't do that this year. So we are going to have him on the 17th to talk about all things Master Tech Expo. The week before, which is the 10th, on that Wednesday, so these are Wednesdays back-to-back, we're going to have Seth from JVC Kenwood on to talk about all the new JVC Kenwood radios that are coming out, because they're going to be shipping early. Some of them are going to be shipping early, so he's going to have samples in-house for us to take a look at, power up, and touch buttons on. So he will be in on the 10th. And then right now we have Nick Wingate, that's right, Mr. Nick Wingate himself from Orca, in at 6:30 on Monday, the 15th, and we're going to be talking about amplifier, just amplifier tech. So we're going to talk about amplifiers, not DSPs, not crossovers, not any of that other crap. We're just going to talk about amplifiers because I feel right now that is a good conversation to have. Everyone is so DSP centric. I figured we'd kick it back to the OG and we'll talk about amplifier tech. That is going to be on the 15th. Now, the rest of this calendar isn't, we just started filling this up. August, we're trying to get a ton of content for August, a bunch of videos, a bunch of live guys. I'm going to see if I can get somebody for this week here, as well as we will be gone this time. This will be Knowledge Fest, so this week will be Knowledge Fest, which we're planning to do just a ton. We're going to do Knowledge Fest a little bit different this time. Normally we try to have a purpose. We're not going to have a purpose at all for Knowledge Fest this year. We're just going to go and we're going to grab random people and talk to them. I think that seems to be the cool thing to do this year. And as far, Christian, calm down, man. Yes, as far as the GZ amps go, the amp rack is done. We just need to finish getting it into Fernando's car, which I think are we staying to do that tonight?
Yeah.
So we'll be finishing that video up tonight, so we'll probably start that tomorrow. And we'll probably give that away, I don't know, sometimes the other month. Just stay tuned. We'll figure all the thing out. I still got to reach out to them and finalize everything up. So, but yes, don't worry. We'll still be doing that. Maybe we'll see about getting one of them on in the end of the month and talking to them about some Ground Zero stuff. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now as far as the schedule goes, as far as what's going on in the Bay. But before we go any further, I had a knife. What did I do with my knife? Oh, there's my knife. 2020 Chevy Crew Cab with Bose. What do I need to add? A sub amp. If you're not doing a huge sub amp, which my guess is you probably aren't, I would pick up a Kicker key lock. That's the key LOC. That'd be perfect for it. You may also need a set of AC LGD greens, which is the AC LGD 20s, because that particular high to low does not have a load resistor in it. If you do want something with a load resistor in it and you want to have a little bit of fun, you could also pick up the Epicenter Micro from Audio Control. That'll have the load resistors built into it. That might be a fun one to pick up too, but one of those two would be what you'd want to add a subwoofer to that and have a lot of fun doing it. Very cool stuff coming up, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. We literally just started on that yesterday, and we got so much more to come. That was just one day worth of effort. So we got more. We're gonna try to fill that month up. Now on to some unboxings. We got some boxes here in the last couple days, and we just haven't had time to go through them. So I thought right now would be a really good time to do that. The first box right here is from our friends at Audio Control. Oh, goody. Yeah, that's right. So they sent us this. Whoa. This is the new Bluetooth multi-zone controller. So this guy here is designed to hook up 6-channel, but not like front rear sub. It can be front rear sub, but can also be different zones. So this can go into marine application. This can go into side-by-side application. The little thing lights up different colors. So this is the AC-BT3. We've been talking about this with audio control for like, I don't know, 6 months now, but we finally have one. And as you can see, they weren't very nice. They kind of ripped the top of the package. But stay tuned to this. We're going to be doing an unboxing with some of the ACX amplifiers. So this just came in today. Pretty excited about that. Ooh, I have a plan. I'm going to do some cool stuff with that. Next up, we got this box here. This box is from JBL, Harman. If you guys recall, we just did this little unboxing. We'll just call it unboxing because that's really all it was. And we talked about the Arena X speakers. And JBL was really happy with it. They were like, dude, that is awesome. And so we're going to send you a little something, something. So we got a lot of paper. Got some paper. Ooh. Oh, look at that. All right, so let's grab one of these. Let's see what is in here. Fernando's over there putting the door panels on the car, so he's not helping today. Somebody's got to work, damn it. More paper. Oh, look at that. It's a cocoa mug.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, look at that. No, dude, check them out. Yeah. They're really cool. Like they're orange. Here, give me the pose. No, you gotta get the logo just right. There you go.
It's empty, guys.
Yeah, I know. That'd be great.
That's pretty cool.
That'd be great this winter when drinking hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'm a cocoa guy.
Some beer and then just like.
Whoa, slow down. Why you gotta be so violent, man? Always so violent. Man, you always take it to that violent area. Here, do me a favor. Hold one of these up. Let's take a look at this. So that was the other color blue that they had that we said no to on t-shirts. So that's the back.
That's the back.
That's the back. Dare to listen, JBL. Look at that. Okay. Do you like that color? Because that was the other color they had that we could have got.
It's all right.
Not a fan?
No, not a fan.
Okay, so we won't do 5-star shirts that color then.
No, I mean, yeah.
Nice. All right. So.
Okay.
It's a Gildan. All right, so put that back in. So that was JBL's. Hey, thanks guys for doing a really nice video for us. Now we got one other box that's over here. This is from a friend of the show. Hold on. A gentleman by the name of Brian Chance. And he sent us something. He's like, I hope you guys can use this, play with it, have some fun. And I was like, of course. Let's get this packaging out of the way. Sorry, guys. All right, sorry about that. All right, so what we have is an Audio Dynamics shallow 10-inch woofer. You know me, I'm a sucker for a good shallow woofer, so let's get it out of the box. We'll take a look at it, and by all means, we will be slapping this into one of the cars in a downfire enclosure and check it out. All right, so here we go. Audio Dynamics, big surround. Ooh, I like it when they integrate the magnet into the basket. I think that's always a pretty cool idea. Push terminals. Wow. Oh yeah, the spider is like down. Oh, that's kind of neat. Huh. Yeah, so the spider does like this thing and then comes like this. That's a different design. I've never seen anything like that before. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see in there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So we'll play with that. Thank you, Brian. And I think that's it, right? That's all we've gotten in the last couple days.
That's it, yeah.
Thank God. So yeah, there you go. So now you're up to date with what's going on here. Dean, if you only had one choice, GZDM or Stinger sound deadening, I'm going to leave that up to Fernando to choose. If you only had one choice, so I'm assuming you're stranded on a desert island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Coca-Cola.
And the only thing you could use is either Ground Zero or Stinger sound deadening.
I'm gonna pick the Stinger Ultimate.
Just specifically the Ultimate.
The Ultimate specifically.
Well, there you go. There's your answer, Bobby. My Jeep Compass has a terrible factory sound system. I can't wait to dig into it. That's always fun to do. Porsche Vid is looking exciting. Okay. How to get trained on DSP? Man, that is like the question. I will say this: there's a Educar has some teachable classes that for $20 a class can walk you through a lot of the basic understanding of it. Also, CMA Audio Network, Canadian Mobile Audio, not the Country Music Awards. They just got done doing a week of DSP where they had a bunch of people on like Nick Wingate and like such, and they brought them on to talk about their DSPs. And basically what everyone did is kind of walked you through the basic setup of each DSP. So like Alpine was on there and stuff like that. And that can get you started, but the reality is until you sit in your car and you start playing with it, it's kind of a tough thing to get great at. You can get good at it following, like, a lot of the DSPs now are coming with startups. So it's like you tell it what speaker locations you have, what car you have. Some of them even, the kicker key has a microphone. They're not the only one now that has a microphone. Audison has had it for years with the BitTune, but now even Audison, some of the newer stuff you can just plug a microphone into. Helix, you can add a microphone to the software, put it in the car, and it'll do a real basic auto tune for it that you can then build off of if you need to. So it is getting a little bit easier to use for sure. Do you know how to get rid of the buzzing noise on the new Infinities that get when you add an amp or bass to the stock stereo? Buzzing noise? I haven't heard of buzzing noise. If you're disconnecting the speakers from the amplifier, like you're not just adding in, so like adding a subwoofer, you usually just tap in. But if you're disconnecting the factory speaker from the amplifier, it will need a load resistor. Sometimes you can get weird sounds that happen because you're not properly loading down the amplifier. So that's like an AC LGD20 would be a good thing to put in there, or use something that has a load resistor built into it. The other thing too is that on a newer car, you have to make sure that you use a really, really, really good high-level to low-level adapter. We're a big fan, obviously, of the audio set of high-level to low-level adapters, the LC1, LC2, Epicenter Micro. They all have load resistance built into it, so you will get the best sound possible. And also load down the factory amplifier. Sometimes when you're adding in some of these cheaper high-level to low-level adapters, and what I'm just going to say is resistor-based, non-powered, they don't work really well in some of the newer cars. They don't work really well. Have a buzzing sound coming off of my new Pioneer via aux. USB and Bluetooth is perfectly quiet. So you're getting noise from your aux connector. That was a fairly common problem a long time ago. Depends on what it is you're trying to use. So, for example, if you have a set of rear overheads or headrest monitors or something like that has a power source that's plugging into the car, and you're trying to use the aux to plug into it, you're getting a ground loop noise some of the time, we've found. PAC does make an aux adapter ground loop isolator. So I don't know what it's called because I haven't used one in a really, really long time. But just do a search for PAC Audio 1/8 inch ground loop isolator. That might solve the problem for you. Does the ACX have voltage output? I'm guessing you're asking about this guy here. It does have, what does it say? 3 zones, 6 channel. It's non-amplified, so I mean it doesn't have like an amplifier output, but it does not on the back of the box say its output voltage. So I will have to dig deeper into this once we have some time and find out how much the output voltage is. Clean with, oh wait, it's on the front of the box. This has a 4 volt output. So the ACX BT3 has a 4 volt 6 channel output. Don't cut the bag, right? Pinky up, Fernando. Hello. How are greetings from Panama? Hey, what's up from Panama? Good song from Van Halen, just saying. Sub looks nice, thick surround on it. It does have a thick surround. I mean, you can put a thick surround on anything. Let's hope it's actually functional. That's really the key for that. How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good? Sure? Yeah? What do you got? Jeff's in the house. What?
Donnie says something about a CNC. I want to try to check the website.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It probably is all the way down.
Okay. I'm all the way down. Who said something?
Donnie.
Don? Dean, you were talking about you were talking with Hi-Fi Vega about a CNC. I recommend the One Infinity CNC. They have an Instagram page and a website. It is a great hobby CNC that I use myself for cutting 32 by 48. Okay. I'll just reach out to you because I'm going to forget everything I just read, and I'll go from there. Cuts 32 times 40. It's a little bigger than I think I want. I was thinking like 32 by 24.
I mean, they good. Like.
Oh, one of those tabletops.
Yeah, look at that.
Okay.
That's what I was checking.
Yeah. I gotta be honest. I want something a little bit more robust because I know how mean we're gonna be to it.
I mean.
Yeah.
How robust?
I want a big table and I want to be stupid. What amplifier are you running with Focal 3-way? Oh, he's asking that guy. D6 1200. Hello from TAS Electronics in Toledo, Ohio. WKRP in Cincinnati. Oh, sorry. Wrong place. Will the Powerbase 6x9 be an upgrade front door 2022 Ram Alpine? No, it won't. It's actually just a replacement for that. If you want an upgrade from the Alpine speaker, then really I would go with the 6903s from Kenwood. That's they give you the option to hook up to it. But the reality is you're really not going to upgrade from that factory without doing some form of amplification and getting a little better. Were these supposed to... You didn't... Yeah, you totally forgot about those too, bro. Yeah. I mean, you set them there. No, it's not going to be a substantial upgrade from the factory. Believe it or not, the factories, I think, sound pretty good. They just lack power, which is what everybody wants.
What amplifier will you run if you want to go deaf?
Deaf bounce. I don't know. What will you be removing or retiring to make room for the CNC? Probably the table.
Oh, really?
I don't know. We really don't have a lot of room for it, so I don't know what we're going to be doing. we kind of don't worry about it until we've already like, hey, we're going to buy this. And it's like, oh, where will it go? I don't know. It's like we didn't know where the laser was going to go until we bought it. And then we were like, oh, that's a lot bigger than we thought. We thought we were going to be able to put it on a roll-around table, but then they really want it level, and our floor isn't exactly level. So we're like, I guess it's just going to sit there from now on. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. The vacuum's over in that corner, so it'll probably be somewhere by the vacuum. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, if we got to tear stuff apart, move it around, we'll tear stuff apart, move it around.
Yeah. Second storage.
My amp is getting too hot in my charger. Buy a fan? Have you thought about a fan? I mean...
Now, some of these amplifiers actually are...
They get really hot.
Normally hot, yeah.
But a fan wouldn't be a bad idea, especially if you have it buried somewhere. Who was it? The Fanny? Oh, gosh. I'm trying to think of the dude. His logo's like Stark Industries, but it's not. Scott sells them, the Fannies. Really. They're these cool, the guy makes them, they're like these cool acrylic fans that are all designed.
Okay.
They're really neat. But yeah, maybe get a fan. Wouldn't hurt. If a device says FS is from 20 to 20,000, does it mean that the rest of the frequencies are lost or not processed? That doesn't even make sense, because that doesn't even make sense. I mean, if FS, you mean frequency response, is 20 to 20,000, that means that it's just has the playable range for the speaker at usually 1 watt, 1 meter is 20 to 20,000. That doesn't mean that it can play it at 1 million watts or anything like that. That's just usually the audible range. It doesn't mean that it won't play above 20,000. To me, that sounds like a very basic something put in there. Like, because where's the box for these? We gotta get these back off.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over here. Frequency response. So let's take a look at these just to give you an idea. So on these, because we have them, so frequency response is 60 to 22,000. So that's its usable range of frequency response. Crossover point for the tweeter is 3,200. That's going to be at 6 dBs because it's a cap. And then it gives you all this other information. So as a combined total between the mid bass and the tweeter, at the lowest power handling, or the 1 watt 1 meter, probably 1 watt 1 meter, it's going to handle, because you're not going to put 180 watts of this and try to get 60 hertz out of it. You'll just destroy it. So it just depends on how they got that information. And that's why a lot of this stuff is confusing and doesn't always make sense. But in this situation where this car is just going to be, playing 15 watts to them, I'm sure it'll play down lower than 60 hertz. But yeah, but nothing is actually lost. It's just not as loud. So a speaker has a natural roll-off. So sound doesn't just stop at a certain frequency and just doesn't keep going. Even with a crossover doesn't stop the speaker from making the sound. It filters it, so it starts it going down in volume from that point. So if you cross a speaker over at 80 hertz with a 12 dB crossover, that 12 dB is per octave. So an octave is a doubling of a frequency or a halving of a frequency. So what that means is that at 80 hertz, let's say it's at the 0 dB point on your cool little XY, at 40 hertz, it's going to be 12 dB less volume than it is at 80 hertz, which is a substantial amount of sound. And then if you go down to 20 hertz, it's going to be 12 dB more than that. So that'll be 24 dBs less sound from 80 to 20. So the likelihood of you hearing those frequencies at any volume is going to be very thin, but it's still going to try to play them. And the same thing works for a tweeter crossover. Now, tweeters have a natural roll-off point to where they just stop producing sound in an audible range, but that doesn't mean that they don't keep playing it. So depending on how the manufacturer is looking at the frequency response of the speaker, at what volume, and then they'll give you those numbers to say, hey, it puts out sound from X to Y at this, but you never know what this is, so it's kind of weird. All right. Thinking everyone will eventually switch to XLR like Alpine did in the near future. They've tried that before. I mean, back in the when Orion first came off the Extreme amplifiers, like a long time ago, they had the red and purple. One was like a red bowling ball, the other one was like a purple bowling ball, and those took miniature XLR cables, and it didn't catch on. And before that, we had DIN cables. DIN cables were really cool because DIN cables would carry 15 volts of signal. So you think 5 volts is great, 15 volts was awesome. And just to give you an example of a DIN cable, so like on this Orion 225 HCCA, that guy right there is a DIN cable. And so what you would do is you'd go out of that into all the Orion pieces, and then the first one would have a set of RCA inputs. You go into the EQ, you go into the crossover, you go into the other crossover, you'd go into an expansion module, whatever you needed, and then you'd end in the amplifier, but you'd keep this constant signal voltage all the way through all the devices, and it was really nice. No noise, no nothing, lots of signal, gain super low, sounded great. But RCAs are cheap and easy. And when you look at a manufacturer, the last thing they want is something that's difficult. And in car audio, they're not exactly willing to push the envelope. Most manufacturers are not willing to do that because they want easy. When you look at your customer base, you have to decide where you're willing to spend your money to have people buy stuff. So, for example, when a guy wants to buy a 1500 watt amp for, let's say, $180, do you think that guy cares about XLR cables? He doesn't give a crap. So, if you're a, let's say, tier 1 amplifier manufacturer and your 1500 watt amplifier is 4 times the amount of money as that tier 2 or tier 3 amplifier, that's 1500 watts that has, we won't even get into that. Is XLR cable enough for you to spend 4 times the amount of money to buy that amplifier? Because that's what you'd have to do. So if manufacturers switch to that, then not everyone is going to do it, and the cheap guy that decides to keep his doors open on Sunday so he can get the the $5 business, $10 business, stuff like that, just an example, he's going to keep his RCA crap. So yes, there will be people that will buy that'll understand the value in it, but most people won't, and they won't care because they'll be like, well, XLR cables, I don't know, why would I, better, more efficient power supply, I don't give a shit about that. I'll just, what do I care? It's $159 for 1500 watts. So that, believe it or not, is a big problem in car audio. Is that, you have these manufacturers that just keep making stuff cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and they're not making it better. They're just pulling out all the quality, and then they're just saying, boom, here you go. Here's an inexpensive amplifier, but it's 1500 watts, and look, it'll do it on the dyno. Yeah, sure, it draws 300 amps of current to do 1500 watts, but whatever, So it's you guys. At the end of the day, it's you guys that dictate what these manufacturers will build. That's it. That's why this company doesn't exist anymore, because you guys didn't want to pay for what they were cooking. That's a 50 watt by 4 amplifier that had a retail of $1,200. 50 watts by 4 for $1,200. Okay? Some of the things about this amplifier that made this amplifier unique that nobody gives a crap about is purely cosmetic. This piece of glass, this is a 3/8 beveled piece of glass, and then it freezes. Da, da, da 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 da. Okay, we're back. All right. Anyways, 3/8 inch piece of bevel glass. This piece of glass was like $150 to $200 back in the 90s. So I can only imagine what it would cost now. One of the things that made it unique is the way this is designed here. There's fans located on this end, right there. The big bigger one had two, and what it's designed to do is blow air across this. Now there's slits going this way, and those slits are skinny here and wide here, so that the air moving through the amplifier keeps pressure all the way to this end here, so that we're making sure that these output devices are all cooled at the same temperature, so that you get constant air. Like, who's going to pay for that? This also had a bunch of unique stuff that Macintosh had back in the day. But there again, it's $1,200 for a 50 watt amp. Nobody's buying it. It made more power than and because that's what it could do. It doesn't matter though. It was still 50 watts by 4. It was 400 watts. And no, if I could dyno to the channels on this, because 3 of the 4 channels still work, and I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be like, I'm excited because my Zeus H is getting here today. Thank you for introducing us to ZZ2. That is so cool. I got one of those in my car that I have yet to plug in. I also have the new ones from Rich. That we have to do a video on here real soon. Hey Dean, I'm using the Kenwood XR606 and I have 2 extra channels. Just picked up the Kicker Snowman. Can I use one channel for the tweeter and one channel for the mids, or should I use passives? No, you can go full active on those, definitely. I mean, you said you only had 2 extra channels though. So do you have 4 extra channels? Because you don't want to like bridge it, so you need 4 extra channels to do tweeter active, mid active. So if you only have 2 extra channels, then you're just going to use the passives. What's new ones? Oh, I don't know. Now I missed that brand. Trust me, if you ever find a used Macintosh amplifier, the things that'll be missing are these silver pieces right here, because there's 4 little plastic nubs that sit in here, and then they have little screws that go into them, and everyone thought those nubs were glued in, and they weren't. They were actually just twisted really hard into there, and then the amps would get hot, so they would kind of stick. But then you'd pull those off, and then the nubs would fall out, and ABS wasn't as thick ABS wasn't prevalent back then, so people would always lose those silver pieces. It's kind of sucky. So when this showed up and had them, I was like, oh yeah. That's what I was asking. Thank you for a stud. I was going to bridge. I'll go passive. Yeah, go passive. Definitely go passive. All right, guys, listen, that's what we got for today. Don't forget, this Saturday at 6, we'll do our normal show, starts at 6 o'clock. Then at 6:30, we'll have our special guest come on, Mr. John Brettel of the Mesh Man, the Laser Man Extraordinaire. We're going to have him on at 6:30, from 6:30 to 7, talking about laser pieces. The reason why I want to have him on is because I know a lot of the times you guys see us make laser panels and you're asking, oh, can I buy those from you? And the reality is, no, we just don't have time. However, that's what he does, so you can buy them from him, which I think is great. So definitely, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about, or you just want to know about laser and how things go, or acrylic or anything like that, he's the guy. We're going to have him on. It'll be fun. We're going to do that. And then, of course, August, we're filling up the calendar right now of a bunch of people to have on to just talk to and have a good time with. And Friday morning, we'll be doing the news. No show with Hi-Fi this Thursday. But that's it for now, guys. We'd like to thank everyone for playing along. Fernando, who brought this show to us today?
Morale, guys.
Morale. Oh, and if you guys don't hear on Instagram, go over to Audio Systems. They just posted a bunch of pictures, or if you follow Morale, they might have already tagged them. Casey, the rep, Natasha's husband, that guy. Anyways, he just got his car done by Audio System Junior and the boys over in California. They just got done doing his car. It's a really weird, expensive Volkswagen. I don't know. We got to ride around the back seat like a bunch of pimps. So that was cool for us. But Audio Systems just got done doing a crazy build in it. It looks fabulous. He's driving around California right now. He hasn't made it back home. He just picked it up. He just took delivery of the car. But make sure you head over and check out the work they did on. If you think it's cool, give it a thumbs up. That's the guys over at Audio Systems in Cali. You guys have a great rest of your day. Say goodbye, Fernando.
Bye, Fernando. See the Cadillac and the Challenger.
Yeah, they're both on there, but they didn't do anything to the other thing. You want to buy the Cadillac? I hear it's for sale.
No, that's.
I mean, it needs a new water pump, but
I don't deserve that car.
why don't you deserve that car?
That's too much car.
That's too much car for you?
Yeah.
It's electric, bro.
That's too much.
I think it'd be okay. Hola, Arturo.
Hey.
Hey, Arturo, you going to Dallas? I hope you are. Have to hang out for at least
right?
a minute. I mean, you think San Antonio to Dallas? I mean, like...
It's too far.
Oh, nice shirt. Yeah, that's the new one. Yeah, we're testing these out. Basic, simple tees with some basic logo, nothing too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Marklin?
Ooh. Mr. California now?
So I get ha 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 instead of, yeah, I'm going to go to Dallas. There's morale. Put me on the spot. Dude, it's like a month away. I mean, it's Dallas. I mean, it's literally like a month away. It's up 5-star from Southern California. Morale is in the house.
Ooh. Hi, guys. Welcome to Morale's show. You can find more about Morale, hi-fi.com. Or you can find Morale pictures, all the good stuff about Morale here on Instagram on Morale_America. Please. Hey, I took it out.
Yep.
Look at that. Oh, see? It matches it. No, it doesn't match, but...
I was going to say blue and black.
I know,
That's like
Still,
the worst.
Black matches with everything.
Blue, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Blue and black do not go. No.
Matches it?
No.
See?
No. Navy and black are like, that's a no. Can't do it. Sorry, man.
Perfectly fine.
No.
We're car stereo. We don't care.
Well, that's true, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't go.
Anyways, yeah, that's true.
Well, if you're gonna wear the hat, put the logo the right way.
Oh,
So, I was gonna say, I mean, no one wants to see the back of the hat. You know, they want to see the front of the hat.
I feel weird wearing a hat like this.
Really?
Yeah. I always wear my hat like this.
I only wear my hat backwards when I'm in the car or when I'm talking on video.
Yeah, just when I was a gangster. What's up?
You were never a gangster.
No, never.
I mean, maybe if you were dancing, you were a dance gangster.
I can dance, bro. Ready?
Hold on, get some room.
Dude, no. I can't.
Oh, wow. Dude. All right, everyone, there you go. That's MC Dance Master Fernando kicking it on the ones and twos.
Let's go break dance.
Do you need a moment now? Do you need to catch your breath?
No, perfectly fine.
You good?
No, dude.
Yeah, all right, if you pass out in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, he's got moves. Nando for Dancing with the Stars. Breaking it with Fernando. Yes, that's Electric Boogaloo right there.
Yeah.
Nando breaks. Oh, yeah. Hi, and David Cruz should have a dance-off. Oh, geez.
Oh,
Can
okay.
David Cruz dance? I guess so.
I think everybody dance.
I don't dance. Marklin and I
You dance your hands.
Listen, Marklin and I can just kind of like be over in the corner nodding our heads, and be like, I'm just holding the white guy back. I'm just holding the white guy back. I don't want to let him loose on the crowd. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
90s movie Breaking It. Oh, yeah. Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, he can dance. Wow. All right. Well, let's get him in the same place.
Whoa! Slow down.
I'll put money on it. I'll put money on it.
No,
Come
you're
on,
gonna
man.
lose it.
I mean, what else is new?
Exactly. Don't do that.
And Morel is.
Just give it to me.
Here's what I'm thinking. Morel is paying for this, so.
Let's make a party now.
I mean, no, I'm saying they just paid to watch you dance.
Okay,
So,
there you
because
go.
this is brought to you by them. So, we were talking today with our buddy Sajeki.
Yeah.
And he's getting a Porsche.
Yep.
And we were talking about the Morel speakers that we were going to put in there.
So
And-
the Audi is for what?
The Audi's for his daughter.
Okay.
No, he's not looking swole. It's just new shirts, man. We got new shirts. Anyways, so we were talking to him about, what we're going to put in the Porsche because he's getting the little SUV. Morel makes you so happy you just dance. That was Mr. Berg.
Oh yeah, Morel.
Hey, from Norway. No, but they make you so happy you want to dance.
It's
Unleash the dash.
Yeah, exactly.
The dance. Best bi-amp coaxials you sell. Probably the Morel Integras. Because all the Morel Integras are bi-amped, all passive crossovers, external big passive crossovers.
And they sound beautiful.
We do have some new ones coming that we can't talk until they get here, but we do have some new Morels coming. I don't know if I mentioned that to you.
No?
I don't think I did. But yeah, we have some new... we have new ones. I'll just leave it at that. We'll show them. Anyways, as I was saying, we were talking to Jackie, and we were looking at the MM2s because he had never seen them before, and I was showing him the frequency response you get out of the MM2s.
Do you know what's the frequency response?
FS on that is like 145.
All right, let's see if you are correct, sir.
Make sure you go to the MM2.
Right here, MM2.
Yeah.
FS 200
No.
to 5,000.
No, FS. No, look at. No.
FS.
No. You want. There's.
Oh, it's 100.
Yeah.
145.
I was gonna say, dude.
Yeah.
It's got a gold line. All you gotta do is
Let me see
follow
your
it.
glasses,
Oh, they're coming. They're on their way. Natasha just said they're on their way.
Ooh.
But anyways, so I mean, he had never seen these before, and I was like, these are funny because like when I hold these like this.
Yeah.
Anyways, when I hold these like this, you're like, oh, that's a normal speaker.
Yeah.
And then I go like this, and you go, what the hell?
Well, actually, when you open the box, you can see it like, oh, it's a normal speaker, exactly. And then it's like, where is the rest of the speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dude, this.
he was like, dude, I want to try these as middlers because we were showing him all that stuff we did. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Replacing the F-150 Unleash.
Oh yeah, that might work.
It's right there.
I was quoted $2,300 to install my 810, 1200, 1500, 3 enclosures, and my 2022. I have all that they are providing as labor, wiring, and I gotta be honest with you, I think that's a pretty good deal because I believe we would probably be more. I guarantee you we'd be more. So if they're gonna do a good job, that is cheap. I mean, I gotta be honest with you, we'd probably charge double that easily. So,
Hi, man.
what do we got here? Good evening from New York, gents.
With new shirt come great responsibilities.
Yeah. Well, I noticed a big difference upgrading from Tempo Ultras to hybrid mid-bass only. I feel like I'm missing mid-bass with proper woofer. It is a totally different speaker. Do me a favor. Why don't you grab the step tool and grab the hybrids real quick? Since we got a pair of hybrids, they're sitting right there. So hold on, I will show you the hybrids. So something to keep in mind when looking at that is our German Maestro beer.
This is, I gotta sit back.
All right, just set it down before it falls. So one thing to keep in mind when looking at Morel, when all of it is designed in-house, Most, not all, most of the tweeters are made in-house. Not all. It does, if they're not, it says it on the back. But from the Virtus up is made in Israel. So the cool thing about the hybrid, oh yeah, these are the ones out of your car.
Yeah.
So it uses the Elate basket, but it uses the hybrid motor structure. Let me get that grill off of there. So here you go. Let's get it to arm's length. So this is your cone. This is a bad bitch. There's no doubt about it. You got, what size is the voice coil on this? Did we decide 2.1 inches? I believe it's like 2.1 inches. The reason why it's called hybrid is because it uses a dual magnet motor structure that is half regular magnet, half neodymium magnet. But yeah, you get, so this is the Elate structure, motor structure here. But yeah, this is a bad bitch, and it does take some power. Like it requires some muscle to move it. But yes, keep in mind, it needs to be in a very rigid baffle. Sound treatment would be a good idea. Sound treatment on the door card itself would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to rattle. What do you got?
So hybrid Integris.
No, it's not Integra. It's just that guy there. So Integra is the coaxial.
Hybrids.
So you'd have to look over here.
2.1.
2.1? Well, I guess 2.1. There you go. Also got my first wall demo the other day. I need a wall now. That thing. Walls are interesting. Like, we had a great time in the kicker walls.
I like this picture.
Yeah? I feel like you've taken that before.
Yeah.
Another important thing that I will note when comparing, throw the grill back in there. When comparing tweeters, this is the 200?
300.
This is the 300? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this is the MT300. The MT300 and the MT450 are the exact same size. So but they are different. So the 450 is vented out of the back here. There's a piece of breathable material that is in there, where this is not. So if you're interested in changing sides or going from, let's say, one tweeter to the next, those are the same size. And then, of course, this is the hybrid version of that guy there. But this is what Morel is known for, man. This mid like this. Now the Elate does have the option for a speaker like this. This is what the tweeter looks like. That's vented right there. Sure. Or the new standard size driver, which, yeah. So there you go.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Love when just the mid bass makes. Yeah, they do. I have Alpine R 6x9s and 6.5 waiting to get installed, and now I want Morel. Thanks, guys. Hey, man, that's our job. Evening, gents. 77 degrees in northern Indiana. I gotta admit, I'm jealous because it's not that here. No. Morel speakers, they are just so sexy. I think the crossovers are what always gets me. Hybrid good on a D5-1300? As a matter of fact, yes, that would be perfect. Like that? Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Three-way, yep. Morel is sweet. Sweet like honey, baby. Sweet like honey. Oh.
I'm going to the bathroom.
There he is. Little Fernando. He's going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yep. It's because he's been playing video games all day and forgot to go. It's rough. It's rough being a kid.
It is.
It is so rough being a kid.
All you do is play, eat,
play some more, sleep, pass out.
Sleep? No, you can't sleep. You don't have enough time to play. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah?
That's right, yeah.
Oh, so, new addition to the wall.
Oh, yeah, that's
so right. This is the uranium out of Fernando's car. So it's officially out of his car. It's deconstructed. Yeah. So we took it off of the amp rack because we're going to repurpose the amp rack for the next review we're doing. Those are empty boxes. of the...
This is the...
Yep. These are the ones that are going to be given away, which you'll find radioactive. So the radioactives they're in there now. They're gonna go to a nice home here soon. So let's talk about that for a minute. We're not sure what you're gonna have to do to win the radioactives yet. We're still discussing that with them. I know we should know by now, but we just haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
You will. So they're gonna come pre-wired RCAs. The only thing you're going to need is a power wire and a ground wire, preferably a 0, because we're not shipping that.
No, somebody asked if the GC is longer than the kicker amplifier.
Which one? Yeah. Oh, way bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, which kicker? Are we talking about the 2400 one? Hold on. I mean, the 2400 one is here. It's actually kind of small. Ow!
I don't want to.
Yeah, no, it comes off.
Put it in the bottom.
Yeah, so there you go. So yeah. Now, if you're comparing it to that guy, no, that guy is way bigger. But that one's almost 22 inches.
21 3/4.
Yeah. That was only 15 and a half.
Ah.
But what it is about the same size as, actually it's probably the same size, maybe a little smaller, is the Phoenix Gold.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Because those have to be really close.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's about the same size. Yeah. But.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Upgrading my flax 3-way for some Morel on LC 1200. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That'll be a different sound, man. Be a different sound. I can't wait to win those ground zero amps. Somebody's gonna win them. I'm excited. Suggested power for flax 2-way, full active, loud but great sound. I mean, a lot of the times when we do the flax, we're using the
factory.
No, factory what?
Flax?
No, we're powering the flax.
Okay.
We're not using factory anything. What would you say?
What do you mean?
What amp?
Oh, I thought the wire.
A lot of the times, we've used the audio control a lot in the F-150s, so we'll either use like the D4.800 and then the LC 1.800 for subs. We've used the D5 1300. We've used the LC 61200 to do the fronts and rear, active front rear. So we've used all of those to do them. I will say this though, right now, and like I said, we have the radioactives in his car, and they're powering the uraniums, which are a bigger motor structure than a flax. But what makes those amplifiers really cool is they have bandpass crossovers on every channel. So we're running it active from the amplifier. So it's like 40 to 4,000 hertz variable. And it's like a ton of power. I mean, those things put out a ton of power. But the big kicker amp, you have, I forgot their name. So the big one is the Warhorse. So the big one is the Warhorse. That was the 10,000 watt amp before like 10,000 watt amps became like tiny. So that uses 2 defibrillators wired in the opposite of each other. But yeah, it's basically 2 defibrillators. So it's not like a class D or a class AB or a class. It's a class all on its own. There ain't nothing like it. That is for sure, and there'll never be anything like it again, because it's not safe. Fernando, what sound dampening is easiest to work with, or do you prefer? Now keep in mind the answer to this question is going to be limited on what we've worked with, not what is totally available, because I mean we haven't worked with every single piece of sound dampening out there. But
kind of. But
have we?
Yeah,
I mean, all right.
We'll put a few of them. Normally is Stinger. The Ground Zero one. I know the Sound Shield actually works pretty good too. So
you like it with the foam?
Yes, I feel the foam actually helps more with the vibration of, the mid bass or any rattle that's gonna have that door panel. The foam is gonna help. So
you're talking the door card, not
Yes.
necessarily.
Yeah.
So the actual plastic door panel, you feel
the ultimate and the stealth on the car side.
well. So which one is it on the car side? You just said both.
No, ultimate on the door panel, plastic door panel.
Door card.
Okay,
Let's call it door card.
plastic door panel.
I know,
I
but
say plastic, it has to be the door.
I don't know, man. We could be talking about a smart car. You know?
Okay, and the car side, I'm talking about the metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The door. All right. I don't know if that
I'm
helped.
so confused
Yeah,
now.
I know. I don't know if that helped. Yeah. Have you had turn on pop with the T400? No, not with that one. All right, hold on. The T. Which one is the AD?
What are we talking about?
Okay, so all right. If it's all right, so the problem is I don't know all the part numbers for the T400s. We think of them as micro T's and everything else.
That's the micro.
Is this the AD is the micro? Are you sure?
Yes, that's the minis.
Are you sure?
Yep.
The T400
480.
4X.
Yep.
Okay, you sure?
Yep.
100%.
I'm going to 100%.
right. Because if you're getting turn on pop on the bigger amplifiers, there could be a reason for that, which is voltage differential between the RCAs,
400.
which could still be the problem on the smaller one. Try doing 2-channel audio in only and see if that solves the problem. Because sometimes what happens is...
that one.
Okay, so it is the smaller one. Try doing 2-channel input only and see what happens. Because sometimes, previously, and I think it's been repaired, but what can happen sometimes is the output voltage between front and rear is different, and you get a pop. It's very rare. It's like digging deep, but otherwise, no, we haven't really experienced any turn-on pops with those. That's more of an old school Rockford problem that we would have. The other thing too is make sure it is in fact the amplifier. So what we would run into, like what we ran into twice, because we wanted to make sure it wasn't, we fixed it and then we did another car and did the same exact thing. They're both GM trucks that were using amp pros to DSR1s because they don't AR into that car. And what was happening is we were getting a turn-on pop because of the way the amp pro was turning on the DSR1, which was turning on the amplifiers. And so what we ended up having to do is connect the amplifiers to the accessory of the truck, connect the DSR1 to the true remote turn-on, but that gave us the right sequence to turn the amplifiers on so they wouldn't get a pop that was coming from the DSR1 or from the amp pro. Either way, it eliminated the issue. So by moving, like manually creating your own remote turn on just to test and see what's causing it. So for example, if you add a delay, so let's say you disconnect the remote turn on, turn the system on, count to 5, and connect it, and you don't get a pop. And that means that you can simply add a delay. If you need to add a delay to the radio turn on and turn the amplifiers on first. Metra makes a device called a trigger. It's spelled exactly like trigger, and it gives you the ability to create these type of things to create delays and whatnot, which may help. But yeah, that can be a big. That Macintosh is really nice. Yeah, it was. It's got a really neat story too. We did do a full unboxing style video for it where we talked about that specific one because that one actually has a lot of history. It's not just a random Macintosh amplifier, so we do have it up on the YouTube channels. I would definitely use the kicker key 204 to drive that amp. I'm going to win. What model do you go with? LC's. What am I missing? What's up, fellas? Great show this morning. Loving the newest install diaries. I'm glad you're liking it. Hadn't been on in a while. How's things going? I don't know. Are they going okay?
It's going.
I mean, it's going good. It's almost time to get out of here, so I'm excited about that. What do you think about JP series amplifiers? Honestly, I don't have a thought on them one way or the other. I have seen them. We went to Slam Fest here last year, and he was there and had him sitting on the bench, so we walked over and took a look at him. Other than that, that's the extent of it. I think they look cool. I like plexi. I mean, I'm a sucker for a plexi window like the next guy. But other than that, we haven't done anything with them. BMW would charge more for metal now. Yeah, probably. What's up, Mel? What's up? We're gonna see Mel soon. 5 a.m. I'm building my next SPL monster. Are you going to the SPL show? Or are you waiting until next year? It was October 1st and 2nd? You going to that? It's a mini. Okay, yeah. All right, what am I at here? All right. I have a lower end head unit and output voltage sucks. Will a matrix make it a big difference overall? 100%. Yeah. If you don't want to go crazy and spend a ton of money on a new head unit, definitely go for the matrix. I will tell you this, not that it matters right now because it's like almost the 1st of August, but in December when we do 12 days of Christmas, we will be giving 2 of them away. So, and they're sitting right there. But yeah, but no, a matrix will make a total big difference for sure. You'll be happy you spent the money. Now, if you don't have a DSP and you're like, man, I really wish I had, you might want to check out the DQ-DX, because keep in mind, all of those audio control pieces have matrices built into them, but the DQ-DX has a EQ/time alignment built into it. So might want to, just a thought, just a crazy thought, but otherwise, yeah, get a matrix. The turn on is coming from the Helix DSP3. I've tried disconnecting the remote wire and waiting, and it still popped. Thank you for the response. Oh, the other thing too, if you have a Helix, it has delayed turn on built into the software. So you can actually go in and adjust those things, turn on, turn off in the software for the Helix. So you might want to try playing with that because it's all built into that. The other thing too is, and this is crazy, but maybe the internal relay is what you're hearing. So maybe an external relay might be better. That or turning the amplifiers on before the DSP turns on. I don't know, but the Helix does have the ability to turn on and turn off when selected. So it has a wait to turn on and then a wait to turn on for the amplifiers. So all that stuff is built into it.
It's amazing.
The show. Where? It's all in the YouTubes. So it's the YouTubes. Thanks so much, Dean. You're seriously the best. I don't know about that, but I try real hard. I didn't say. Hey, I've been watching Accord videos. Any way you guys can make me those door brackets? No. Which door brackets are you talking about?
I mean, the door brackets.
The speaker brackets?
I'm guessing because you can buy them.
Yeah, but you can buy those.
Metra or pack.
I don't think we've ever made those in a car, have we?
Probably once, but yeah.
But no, you can get those from Metro or Pack. And they're actually really nice.
Yeah.
Dean and Fernando, what's up, guys? Always love your videos.
What's up? Very educated.
And fun to watch. The key is fun to watch. We try to make them fun to watch, because if they weren't fun to watch, then they'd just be boring. And
thank you for watching, guys.
Don't want to be boring. Speaking of boring, this day is over, and we're ready to get the heck out of here. So thank you guys so much for spending a couple minutes with us today. You guys have a great rest of your afternoon. It's Friday. Go forth, be merry. Don't forget, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, we'll be doing our show over on YouTube. First half hour will be Q&A or whatever it is, like normal, and then the last half an hour we're going to have the Mesh Man on, and we're going to talk about lasers, pew pew, and all that other fun stuff. If we don't get to see you tomorrow night, thanks for tuning in today. You guys have a great weekend. Have a great night. Be safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.